So an exciting first step of planning your do-it-yourself writing retreat is choosing where you'll do your writing. Where will you meet your muse? In Greek mythology, there were 9 of them. Homer invoked them in the Odyssey and the Iliad, which are the oldest works in Western lit. They were the daughters of Zeus and Mnemosyne. Her name comes from the Greek word which means memory or remembrance, which is exactly what you'll be creating when you write a travel tale. The word museum, by the way, comes from the Greek word which means place of the muses, probably why some of us get inspired when we go to museums. Where do you feel inspired? Inspire comes from the Latin word which means to breathe. Where do you relax and deeply breathe? There you'll be inspired and able to write your best story, which requires doing the work. In the course, we'll explore how play increases creativity, but for a moment, let's talk about the work. Many successful writers have weighed in on this concept of the muse. Stephen King, in his book On Writing, a memoir of the craft, says, don't wait for the muse. Your job is to make sure that the muse knows where you're going to be every day from 9 till noon or 7 till 3. If he does know, I assure you that sooner or later he'll start showing up. In an interview, Elizabeth Gilbert said, I have no German romantic idea about work. There's no fugue state, you know? I keep farmer's hours, and I have that sort of plodding way. My favorite time to write is between 5 to 10 a.m. because you have the total silence before the world starts chasing you down. You may be thinking, yeah, right, well, how nice you can give writing your best hour. And Elizabeth, but I work a 9-to-5 job. But you will be amazed at what you'll experience by dedicating a week to the craft. You'll come back excited, refreshed, ready, and fired up to make it a priority to write before work, after work, weekends, whatever time works for you. Maya Angelou said that she wrote in a hotel room from 6:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. Barbara Kingsolver said, I used to say that the school bus is my muse. When it pulled out of the driveway and left me without anyone to take care of, that was the moment my writing day began, and it ended when the school bus came back. Khalid Hosseini said, I've met so many people who say they've got a book in them, but they've never written a word. To be a writer, this may seem trite, you have to actually write. You have to write every day, and you have to write whether you feel like it or not. Writing isn't about waiting for a mystical muse to show up. It's about us showing up for ourselves and our writing every day. The course as a retreat establishes a daily writing habit. Whether you plan the retreat at home or on the road, home will be your writing base. When you like to write might be a factor for choosing a location too. Through the years, I've practically stalked writers through interviews to find out their process. It does seem that most professional writers write in the mornings because there are less chances of being interrupted at that time. Brain research comparing morning and evening MRI scans reveals that creative activity is highest when the prefrontal cortex is most active. This happens during and immediately after sleep. The analytical parts of the brain, the editing and proofreading parts, become more active later in the day. Thus, many writers feel the most motivated, creative, and productive by writing in the morning. If you prefer writing later in the day, psychologists have found that a 15 to 20-minute nap can also boost creativity, a method that Thomas Edison, Salvador Dali, Albert Einstein, and maybe you have used. At what time of day do you prefer writing? Sunrise or sunset? If, for instance, you like to write in the evening, but you also like to write in nature, then in choosing a destination, you might pick somewhere like, say, Ireland, where in the summertime, you're going to have sunshine until 10 p.m. Where does your body naturally relax? Where do you feel creatively energized? I experienced my creative renaissance in Morocco, where I lived for 2 years. Of the 27 countries I've explored, no other, for me, brimmed with more exquisite beauty, Indiana Jones-sized adventures, rich relationships, exotic surprises, the mystery that is bemused and been amused for Edith Wharton, Truman Capote, Tennessee Williams, the Beat Poets, Orson Welles, Martin Scorsese, Alfred Hitchcock, Jimi Hendrix, Cat Stevens, Bob Marley, and the Stones. I will always be an ambassador because for me and for every other single woman that I met there who were also empty nesters, it was a place to begin again, to grow, to stretch, to contribute. It felt like a fountain of youth. I share this because maybe your narrative is going to be about your Morocco, or maybe for this retreat, you need to find a place that makes you feel inspired. What travel experiences have energized you? You know those photos, the ones where you're so happy and full, the places where you were exploring, connecting with yourself and others, feeling so alive. You may choose for your destination an iconic creative community. Here are some places where artists have gathered. While living in Morocco, I could fly in and out of Europe for the cost of a Target run. Before that, I'd led students on educational trips abroad. I realized when the global pandemic grounded international flights that it was time to see more of the U.S., particularly places with wide open spaces outdoors. On blog collaborations and a writing retreat celebrating Anne Morrow Lindbergh's Gift from the Sea, I discovered inspiring spots for future artist retreats. Considering our unique personalities can be another way to choose the perfect spot for a DIY retreat. Since Greek physician Hippocrates divided human personality into 4 temperaments, we've tried to use typology to understand our strengths and challenges, the why behind what we think and feel, say, and do. The Enneagram, a popular tool now that classifies human personality into 9 types, also explains what motivates each number and what each type fears. Studying the Enneagram has improved my relationships, and my students say it gives them new insights into how they learn. Understanding our differences, desires, and motivations can make storytelling richer too. The Enneagram can be very helpful in choosing a destination for your DIY writing retreat. Travelers are explorers by nature, and there's value in choosing experiences that are out of our comfort zones, where we can be challenged and stretched. But since your main goal on a writing retreat is to write, choosing a location where you can relax into flow, a place with art estates that will naturally delight your soul and stoke your creativity, may be a better fit. If you don't know your number, take a free Enneagram test online. For a deeper dive, see free resources at the Enneagram Institute. Here are some suggestions from places that I've experienced. Please take what resonates with you, do your own research because the world changes daily, and leave the rest. Number 1, the reformer. If this is your number, you tend to be purposeful, self-controlled, and perfectionistic. You'd appreciate pristine Switzerland, ranked number 1 in the world for the cleanest air and finest hospitality schools and hotels. I stayed in one of these in the Alps near Lake Lucerne on my first trip to Europe, then returned a year later, sipping wine on a balcony, looking at snow-capped peaks and hearing cowbells ringing. Eating in a Bridgerton-worthy dining room served by a brigade of pros. Slipping under a down duvet, Switzerland set the bar by which I've measured hospitality experiences since. If you value order and precision, you will appreciate German transportation schedules, sustainable, efficient infrastructure, and the best Christmas markets in the world. Likewise, Austria has much to offer. Vienna is also one of the cleanest and greenest cities in the world, the epicenter for purists who love classical music, dance, gardens, and history. Here you can tour the Habsburg summer residence, you can attend live concerts, learn to waltz, and visit nearby Salzburg, home of the Sound of Music and Mozart. 2s are happiest when they're serving. Whatever your interest, marine conservation, reforestation, natural disaster cleanup, working with children, animal shelters, there are places to volunteer around the world. 3s, the achiever, are success-oriented and driven. If they're into biking, they may want to do so in Utah, Colorado, or Nevada. If they're into wine, Napa Valley for wine and culinary classes would be a good fit. If they are into architecture and history, Asheville, North Carolina has the Biltmore, built by the Vanderbilts, the largest residence in the U.S., and they could even stay at Grove Park Inn, where F. Scott Fitzgerald lived and wrote. 4, the individualist, is introspective, romantic, and artistic. Romantic, as in loves nature, so particularly the England's Lake District, where Romanticism was born with Wordsworth and Coleridge, would be a favorite place. Also, Italy's Amalfi Coast, since Italy drew most of the Romantics there. And, of course, Marrakesh, Morocco. I guess you can tell I'm a 4. 5, the investigator, is cerebral, curious, and innovative. They may enjoy the Northern Lights, Sphinx, the pyramids, and the museums of Egypt. Archaeologists and historians would find the Natchez Trace interesting. There are mounds, museums, history of indigenous people along the way. 6, the loyalist needs to feel safe and supported. Savannah, Georgia, which has the Savannah College of Art and Design, is a very artistic, beautiful city where one can be relaxed and feel safe. A 6 may find New England to be a safe haven. An English-speaking 6 might breathe easier in London, where they could speak the language. 7, the enthusiast, is fun-loving and energetic. They are going to be adventure travelers, be energized by places like Costa Rica or on an African safari, or in New York City, the town that never sleeps. 8, the challenger, is powerful, self-reliant, and independent. They may enjoy a ranch experience. Those are popping up along the U.S. West. They may enjoy extreme sports like scaling the Garden of the Gods in Colorado, shark diving in the Caribbean. 9, the peacemaker, desires harmony and avoids tension. They love a good spa, and the best in the world are found in Bali and Budapest. Captiva Island, Florida, is one of the most relaxing places I've found in the U.S. In the course, I've linked to more ideas on my 2026 Writing Retreats Pinterest board. UNESCO sites, literary, food, wine, music, and other festivals, and some of the coolest libraries in the world could be inspirational. If you're a fan of White Lotus, Game of Thrones, or another film or TV series, set jet. Another trend this year is stargazing. Harry Potter fans could ride in the bookstore where J.K. Rowling wrote in Porto, Portugal, and climb the staircase, which was her inspiration for Hogwarts. You could ride on a balcony overlooking the port caves along the Douro River. You could tour Ferrari, Winery, or Port Cave, catch a trolley to Miramar Beach, lunch on fresh seafood and Verde wine. Fans of Picasso, Dali, and Gaudi, Flamingo, sangria, and great food will love Barcelona, Spain. Try Brussels, Belgium if you appreciate a great cafe culture, chocolate, coffee, and beer.